Hello there, Lorinda Carr here. We are now doing June of 2022. Let's do an overall reading for June of 2022. And if you've been following along, you'll notice I'm still in the same outfit that I was in before, because right now it is actually January 1st of 2022. So I'm super interested to see how all of these readings for the year play out. And also interested to see if I've changed any between now and then. Because by this point, June, that tells me that my son has graduated high school and my daughter just finished her junior year in college, and so much can happen in 6 months. So I'm really interested to see how this plays out. But for now, let's see what kind of vibe we're going to get for the month of June 2022. What do we need to know about June of 2022? Okay. All right, first card up is Seven of Pentacles. So this tells me that some things that you've been working on, that you've planted a lot of seeds, and things are finally starting to sprout for you. Okay, so I guess, yeah, for me, I'm getting ready to go into recital season. Yeah, because we've got our dance recital June 11th. So all the seeds, for instance, that we planted over the last year with all these kids and, teaching them, things are starting to come to fruition. We're starting to see the results of all this hard work. Okay, so maybe for you, maybe you've been in school this whole time. This past year, you were taking a class, you've been taking classes, and you're starting to see how it's applying, and all the work you've put in is starting to work out. Oh, well, I guess I'll take these two cards. So the Five of Cups reverse is the next card. This is coming out of a mourning period. Did you lose something or someone in the last few months? And that you're finally coming out of that grieving process, or maybe just like grieving a way of life that you had at one time, and you've moved on from that mourning process. Because the next card is the Seven of Cups reverse, which is clarity. The fog is lifted. Like you had a lot of choices and you weren't sure which way to go, and you finally were able to make a choice and you see things clearly. And because when we're in mourning over something that something drastic has changed, it's so easy to get caught up in that fog and not know where to go. And prior to all that, you've been working hard, doing everything you can, and it's just that feeling of, okay, I had no idea where I was going, and now I'm finally starting to see the path. Okay, what's the advice? Five of Pentacles reversed. So when it's upright, Five of Pentacles is a feeling of feeling destitute or being without something, or woe is me, or it could just honestly just be poverty, like you're just feeling broke. Okay, it could be broke spiritually, it could be physically, it could be financially. When it's reversed like this, it's saying, hey, you're starting to see things for their true value. Okay. The last 2 months has been, in the readings, have talked about redefining what success is to you. Maybe you're starting to realize now that you're able to move on from this old way of life, this old way of thinking, and you're finally able to see things clearly. It's that clarity that you're starting to see, oh my gosh, I'm not as broke as I thought I was. I'm not as destitute. I'm not as without as I thought. Right? And then the outcome right now is the Hanged Man. So this is a period of suspension, but it's also seeing things from a different perspective. I can't make this up. Like, this just reads like a book. So, and it seems to be an ongoing, if you watch from January all the way through now, you're going to see a pattern of how this has evolved. So if you are just now joining in and seeing this series of videos for the very first time, I challenge you to go back and watch the other ones, because now I'm seeing, since I'm doing these all at once, I'm seeing a pattern of, this will be interesting how this year is going to play out. Because now some things happened earlier in the year that made us really reevaluate and figure out who we are, what, why we are where we are and where we want to go. And when we get there, how are we going to feel successful? Because what is our definition of success? Oh, I'm digging this. So let's see. Let's do an angel card. I haven't done one of those for a couple months, meaning I haven't done that since an hour ago. All right. I just can't tell you how excited I am to kind of go through this and see how things go. For the year 3 of Raphael, reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. Now in the tarot, like 3 of Cups is maybe finding out about a baby, baby being born, or 2 become 3. And you see here is like 3 mermaids, which also mermaids are just cool. Okay, so the 3 of Raphael, just reasons to celebrate. And I feel like that's what this is doing. This is saying, and look, the colors even align vibe-wise. This is saying when you see things clearly and see them for what they really are and look at things from a different perspective instead of destitute or coming from a place of failure, you change your vibe, you change your life. And when by doing that, in this card is saying, by looking at things from a different perspective, you're going to be celebrating all the things that you have. Things that you never realized that you had around you are around you. And now it's time to celebrate that. Speaking of celebrate, let's do a celebrate card. So my hope is that by this point in the year, I have the very original deck of the celebrate cards. They're going to look very, very different. And I know that Dana and our friend Angie have, they designed these. They did all the artwork for these. And as of January 2022, they still didn't have them published to sell. But I cannot wait for y'all to see what they look like. The new permanent ones are really cool. So hopefully those are out at this point. Celebrate intelligence. So how does this apply? How does this apply to all this? Sometimes when we get caught up in the fog of everything going on and we have a lot of self-doubt and self-deprecation going on, it's easy to forget how much we do know. And, I know several years ago, I went through some things and that really made me question my intelligence, my spirituality, my intentions. Am I a good person? Oh my gosh, what if I'm a jerk and don't know it? It made me really question a lot of things about myself. And while it was a good journey, shame on the people who imposed that situation upon me to make me question, my intelligence and that. But now I realize I can look back on things and see things differently. And I'm a lot smarter than I gave myself credit for. Okay. And so are you. We all come down on ourselves sometimes. And sometimes we just have to use our brains instead of allowing emotion to lead us, which is where these cups come in. Emotions, more emotions. Yeah. It's easy to get so caught up in the emotions of things that we forget that we are intelligent creatures. And that we can use our brains to get us through things. And so as we are seeing things from a different perspective, we can intellectually go in and go, I see this. I'm not so bad. Okay. So take this as a call to action that maybe all the work you've done for the last couple of months and redefining your, what you see as success and embracing all the things you've been working. Maybe this says you have been putting in the work. You've been doing the work the last few months, and that you're starting to really see things turn around for yourself. And maybe your situation didn't change a whole lot necessarily, but your perception changed, your perspective changed, and you're starting to see things that you should honestly just celebrate and be thankful for. So I love this journey. I'm excited to hear how it's all working for you guys. And yeah, so make sure you let me know how things are going, and I will see you in July. Bye.